What's up, you guys?
What?
Our podcast name, for better or for worse, is the Healthy Life Podcast.
Yes.
Right?
And
Not to be
so,
confused with our Facebook group, which is Healthy
Well,
Lifestyles
so-
by Vitality.
the reason that he is saying it like this right now is because he's actually making fun of me because
I'm
I can't
not.
remember the name. So there was a little bit of making fun there.
I'm not making.
Okay. I feel like we should
I
restart
just-
because you can feel the angst in your voice.
No. This is how we are. This is the way it is.
All right, I love it. What's up, you guys? Welcome
Yeah,
to
anyways, what's up, guys?
welcome to the Health Podcast. My name is Aileen. This is my husband.
That makes me Devin.
Yes, and we are husband and wife. Our goal here is to just help you become better, help you live a healthier lifestyle, by way
And all
of-
that jazz.
and all that fun stuff. So, that said, there's a lot of things that kind of encompass health in the
The world.
world.
No
And
need to get into specifics.
no, we're not going to get into specifics. But
But
what
anyway.
I'm leading up to is what I want to talk about first.
Yesterday was Valentine's Day.
Yes, it
2
was.
days ago.
And I want to talk about this conversation that we were having about
Love.
yes. And I think relationships are actually a huge part of health. And I think a lot of people are unhealthy and struggle with things like depression and anxiety. We're getting deep quickly. Welcome.
Right in. Here we go.
Because they struggle with relationships. So, with that, we were having a conversation of like, Devin and I have been together for.
How long, Eileen? How long have we been together?
We've been together.
We talked about this 2 days ago.
Yeah, because I was like, this is like our.
This is like you're going to be my Valentine for the 10th time.
Yeah, and
I was
it's
like, yeah,
actually
how long
been
have we been together?
14. Has it been 14 years?
2009.
We have been together for 14 years now.
Well, no, what was it? No, it was, yeah, when we celebrate our 4th anniversary this year.
Yes.
And I just stared at her.
Yes.
She's like, right?
And it's gonna be
I
5
was like,
years.
no, it was 5 years.
So I'm all over the place right now.
Anyway,
Anyways, so
Talking.
yeah.
about relationships.
Yeah, because I think this is a really interesting conversation about how to make your relationship work. Because I think a lot of people go into a relationship or, being in love, whatever the case is, as it's something that you should just be able to do. Whereas really, it's kind of a skill. Like, it's a skill to be able to keep a relationship flourishing and growing and moving forward. And I think a lot of people actually do not have that skill. And I think that skill is actually becoming worse and worse as we go because of things like social media, even how love and relationships are presented in movies and in TV shows. So I think it would be really good to talk about like the reality of a relationship. Not that we're relationship experts. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because we
Yeah.
are not. We have
No need to jinx anything.
but maybe because we've been together for so long, just go over, I don't
Sure,
know.
and we talk regularly.
Yeah, so what do you think, if you were to think of like 3 reasons why we have made it through being 13 together and being 18 together and being in our early 20s
21.
together, going into our 30s together, like
Hey,
what
whoa, can we back it up? Let's
we're
not-
going to be there soon.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so if there were like, can I say 3? Can we do 3 things that
Sure, I
you
mean,
think?
you could pick any number you want.
Okay, what are like 3 things like that you think that we have done continuously that has helped us like maintain a good relationship and
Okay,
have
stop you right there.
success?
We've done nothing since to
I disagree.
maintain a good relationship.
I disagree. No, I totally disagree
Okay,
with
fine.
that.
Let me just finish my thoughts. I
Okay.
say we haven't done anything continuously because we have both changed people since.
Yes, but I
Right.
do think have been constants in our life.
I guess you're
Yes.
constant. But actively doing certain things, I don't know. The one, first of anything, like we are best friends. So obviously that helps a ton.
Yeah.
Like we're my person. I go to you.
Right.
Like we screw around and make fun of each other and beat each other up.
Yeah.
Things that you would do.
Yeah, I don't think we should just scooch past that.
No, I don't
though.
want to scooch past that. I mean, that's like one thing. I don't think that's a skill, though. It's like a mindset. You think it's a skill to like have your spouse be your best friend?
I think
it's a decision.
You know what I think?
That's just a decision.
Yeah, so you're there's a lot to unpack there, because I do think that some people go into relationships maybe not thinking that they should be your best friend. I do think, because, and the reason I think that is because I've had people tell me that before. I've had people tell me like, no, he's not my best friend. He's like my boyfriend, or you know what I mean? So
Well, and honestly, like, nobody expects you to be best friends when you start a relationship. Like, if you just start dating someone,
yeah.
and like, I don't know, I'm gonna sound so dated because I haven't dated in 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously you have your friend group, right? And then you
Right.
start dating someone.
Yeah.
Like, nobody expects them to be your best friend right away.
Right.
But like after a year, if you're still together, they probably should be your best friend.
Yeah, after so many hours together and stuff like that. Yeah.
So that's one thing.
So just like that best friend, that having that base in
Yeah,
that
just
relationship.
deciding that they're your best friend.
Okay, can I put something with that though?
Sure.
With being a best friend, it's like what is a best friend to each other? I think it's like that real, raw, emotional, like being real with each other.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, just have like a true, and I would even take it further. It is like a different type of best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, which you can get into the weeds with all of this stuff, right? But I think when I think of best friend, I think of somebody that I can talk to about anything, go to, and be me. And I think that's a big thing, right? Is I can go to you and I can be authentically myself. I can be the weirdest human being. Like, this man has looked at me and like I've done.
Yeah, like today.
We're just like
this morning.
Like, we can be weirdos with each other, and we can, like, you know, just be silly. And I don't care what he thinks of me, because I care what you think, but I can act like my silly self, and you can still, you know, like, love me and not look at me in a yeah.
Weird.
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah, that's from New Girl. Okay, so give me another one.
What was the? I don't even remember.
Okay, so 3 things that we have done consistently to be able to grow together through like all these phases. Like what?
Well, I think being like open to change, but that's just because we've been together since young, and you know, going from 13 to 28.
Yeah.
A lot of life changes. You know,
Yeah.
high school, college, out of college, starting in the real world, getting
Yeah.
married, having a baby,
Yeah.
trying to be parents.
Like, yeah, and so
You know, like just being. I don't know. I don't know if open to change is the right word, but just
Yeah.
being flexible
yeah.
with your standards and expectations,
Yes.
because things change all the time.
Right, and being willing to go through that with each other. And I think that's the difference between like a best friend, like your best friend, like an outside person, and the person that you're with, like married to, or is being able to and choosing to go through those times together. Like, it's not easy, those first, like, having a baby. It's not easy going through change. It's not easy going through these things. And so are you willing to go through those things with that other person? You know what I mean? Because it's that other person is going to be the one that's going to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of everything, right? So
Yep.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so that's 2 things. I don't
Yeah.
know. Off the top of my head, I don't have a third. Do you have a third one?
Well, it's kind of like, it kind of goes with the best friend thing. The, what was the second thing you said?
Being like flexible, open
Yeah,
to change.
open to change, respecting of each other's
expectations.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that what you mean by that though? Like, if you were to expand on that, like, it's
Depend on what?
on that second one is like being open to change, like respecting that you're gonna change.
Oh, I mean,
and respecting that I'm gonna change.
yeah, I don't even know if respecting is the right word. Just more like expecting.
Yeah.
We're growing
Yeah.
every day.
Right.
We're gonna change, but like
Yeah.
still gonna love you no matter what, unless
Right.
you become a serial killer.
Yes, and
That's
I-
a tough conversation, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think with that too, it's understanding like that is a true choice, you
Yeah.
know, to love somebody and go through those things. And I think that that's a very, very important distinction to tell somebody and like let people know, is that yes, like there is that falling in love and there are those feelings,
Mm-hmm.
but it is also a choice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It is an absolute choice that you are like being with this person
Yeah.
long term.
It's like
and I don't, it's like, it kind of takes like the fairy tale out of it.
whatever.
No, but
I'm,
no,
no,
but
you're
no,
right. But
yeah,
I'm saying,
but
like, as a guy,
seriously.
like, it's not as much of a choice it is. It's like it's got to be an active thing. Like,
Right.
you get
like,
to decide, like,
yeah.
oh, I'm going to marry this person, and then, like,
Yes.
it's a passive
You
thing
choose daily.
to stay in love. Like,
Mhm.
no, you have to, like, be active
Yeah.
every day.
Yes. Like
Maybe some days you're not going to be at, and it's going to be like, well, damn, I didn't do a good job today.
Yeah, like showing up for your
Yeah.
other person. Like, it's like knowing the love languages. Like I
Mhm.
know what you love, you know what I love. It's
Yeah, like last night when you didn't post it, but you were making fun of me. You're totally making fun of me.
I was.
There's a picture. We were both laying on each either end of the couch,
Uh-huh.
and like we usually do, like our backs, so our feet are kind of pointing towards each other.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how to explain this,
Yeah.
but it was a picture from Aileen's angle of her feet just barely touching my legs, and it was like, when your husband's love language is physical touch, but yours definitely isn't. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's just 1 foot on my leg.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's true though. Like you do things that, for the other person, and I think that's what it's all about. So the third one, and I think this is just like simple, maybe it's like 3 and 4, I guess, is like being able to laugh with each other and just like laughing and just having fun. That kind of goes with the best friend thing.
Yeah.
But I do think having like real and raw conversations is something that we have always done together.
Yeah, that's true.
Like being able
and
to
often, not
Yes.
just being able to, it's doing it often.
like on like all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time having conversations, and even to the point of having conversations that are uncomfortable too, because right is like, again, not all sunshine and rainbows, right?
Yeah.
Like there's going to be conversations that you have with one another that aren't comfortable, and it's being willing to have those things.
Yeah, and then
have-
walking away okay. Like not
Yeah.
mad at each other. you know?
Yeah,
Like, not,
or
like-
judging each other.
Yeah, not judging each
Yes.
other, not mad. I mean, like, I guess, things happen where you can get mad.
Yeah,
but
like you can have those feelings.
Yeah, but just like
Yes, and I don't think
being open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and by no means are we perfect with these things, but they're just things that we have done on a consistent basis, and I do think that those are strong reasons why we have done well and we have made it through those phases.
That's not to say we got our things.
Yeah.
Not trying to project some perfect relationship.
Yes.
Just
And I think that's the exact opposite thing. That's honestly the reason why I wanted to have this conversation, because I think people look from like social media or anything like that, and they see this couple that has a baby that's, looking always happy and stuff, and everybody has their issues, and that's okay. I think that's all a part of it. If you didn't have issues, if you didn't there's somebody's not being honest with one another, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's somebody's not saying,
Right.
So
not to say, like, I mean, I'm still happy, but we're still stressed. We're human.
yeah,
We have our stressors.
yes, that's part
We
of the
have
human experience.
our happiness.
Yes, we have the full-on human experience on a daily basis. So I think a big point, though, is to understand that it's not something that you're just expected to be good at. Like,
Right.
being able to have a relationship, build in a relationship, it does take daily active work. It takes learning and growing. It takes frustration. It takes all the things. But I always like to think and know that when the hard times are there, they're there. But those good times, those are there too. And it is so good. And it's so worth fighting for, with the right person.
And it's just like we talked about last week, like why you do hard things to build discipline. Why do you go
Yes.
through hard times with your significant other? Because it makes your relationship better and stronger once you're
Right.
done with it.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
It's
For
just,
sure.
and I mean, and also that's a little bit, I think part of why we have a strong relationship in the first place is because we've been together since we were 13, 14.
Yeah.
And we've gone through all of the life things, like
We've gone through a
like
lot
losing grandparents. Like that's
Yeah.
a hard thing to go through
Yeah.
together. Again, we're both there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just typical life stuff.
Yeah.
That's not easy to deal
Right.
with, but we were together for
Mm-hmm.
most of it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was a great intro. It's probably a solid, how long have we been recording? A 30-minute intro
Oh my
for
gosh.
relationships. But that's not even what we wanted to talk about
No.
today. We want to talk about core values, and we're going to, cement ours while we're, in this
in this
early phase of
yeah, like what our
a
core
business.
values as a business are,
Mm-hmm.
and why they're important to us, why we're establishing them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really essentially like any decision that we make, any employees that we hire in, anything, it's all going to stem into these core values. Which that's the amazing thing about having core values is you can always turn to them. And it's important too that these core values don't just reflect our business, they also reflect our family. Like
Well,
these
yeah,
are
I mean,
something
us personally. Yeah.
Yes, which again, we can get into the weeds with all of this, but we're talking about business today. So
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like, vitality is our stuff. So, like, our personal core values, like, I have core values, Aileen has core values, right? And we're married, so, like, most of them are going to overlap, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can have a couple different ones. Like me as a dad and you as a mom, we're going to have a couple different things
right.
that are the most important to us. But, like, those major ones that overlap are, like, what we're going to put into
Our
the business.
Yeah, our business.
You know, and
Yeah.
those ones that overlap, and like that's what we want to talk about today. It's just like workshop them a little bit.
Yeah.
Just do it live
Just-
and cement them, I
Yeah.
guess, for the most part.
So we have an outline of what we would like for them to be.
Yeah, we wrote 11 of them back in December, November.
Yeah, but we need to again like have that conversation of what they are.
Talk
and
them through. Why?
Talk them through.
Yeah. Like some of these ones that we came up with are like I know 2 of them off the top of my head are the same thing, just worded differently.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And some being just like really good ideas, and you
Mm-hmm.
should have them daily in your life, but they aren't necessarily like a core value. Right. So with that, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, so just you just want to read through the list that we came up with a couple months ago?
Yes. Okay. Number 1 is challenge yourself. Number 2, dream big, smile often. Number 3, create a unique and fun experience. Number 4, be honest and direct. Number 5, lead by example. 6, build strong relationships. 7, engage in healthy competition. What's after what number did I just say?
I have no idea.
Okay. Foster a united front. Work in a growth mindset. Never compromise your character and empty your cup. So do you want to talk about the first one there?
Yeah, I mean, just right off the bat, the 2 that I think are the same thing, just worded differently, is the have a growth mindset and empty your cup.
Yeah.
It's basically the same idea.
Yes, it is the same idea.
So, you know, I mean, you're the one that always talks about emptying your cup. So if you want to explain that real quick.
Like what emptying your cup is.
Yeah, because obviously somebody that has never heard you talk about it before is like, empty your cup. What the heck does that mean?
Yeah, so I like to put it in the understanding of like if you're going to go learn something new. So for example, my nutrition clients, any nutrition client that comes in and talks to me has all these ideas about nutrition, like the keto diet is the best, or the carnivore diet is the best, or you should be a vegetarian. And
or protein's bad. I don't know where this one's coming from.
yeah, right? So it's having that expectation where when you want to work with me, when you want to work with somebody else and you're trying to learn something, empty your cup so that wherever you're learning from, so they can fill your cup back up with their knowledge and help you become fulfilled, and so that you can have an open mind and learn rather than like a fixed mindset. So that's where that growth mindset comes into
Yeah, it's
play.
like it's basically like check all your preconceived notions at the door.
Yes. So yeah, and whenever you do want, and it's easier said than done, right? So that's why you need to be intentional about it. You need to understand that if you're going to go and learn something and grow and develop, you have to understand, okay, where are you at right now? And what can you just kind of let go so that you can go learn and fill your cup? Because especially when it comes to health and fitness, there are so many preconceived notions out there. And it can kind of stop you from learning and take your mind off of that. So that's why it's so important, really, with anything, to empty your cup before any conversation that you have. So it's essentially, too, when you're having a conversation with somebody, it's having a conversation to listen, not having a conversation to react, right? So when I'm having a conversation with Devin or with a client, and I go in there and we're talking, I want to go in listening and caring about what that person is saying, not being reactive with my words, with how I feel the conversation should go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that one. That's like the last one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go in order.
Yeah,
That
so
makes more
challenge
sense.
yourself
But those
is
two
number
are just
one.
like the same.
Yeah.
I want to knock those one off. Challenge yourself.
Yes.
Why do we do hard things? We talked about this last week. You do hard things to build grit, right? To build discipline. That's why you do hard things. Literally for the sole reason of building your discipline.
Right.
Challenging yourself, like doing the hard things makes you grow.
Yeah.
Like the action step, grow.
Right.
Right? Is do something hard, you come out the other end, learning something, being better,
Yeah.
knowing something more.
Yeah, and I think that's so important to have as a core value, because you can go day-to-day life without allowing like those challenges to come at you. But if you allow those challenges, if you welcome them, if you look at those challenges as a gift, you can change that mindset around them and have them as opportunities to grow and develop. So without challenge, there is no growth and development happening, right?
Yeah, and you challenge yourself every day. Then when a challenge that you didn't like willingly subject yourself to comes along, it's easy to deal with.
Exactly.
Right? As opposed to not challenging yourself, then a challenge comes along
And you're like,
just
"Ugh."
you're soft and like
Can't handle it.
yeah,
You crumble under the
yeah.
adversity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so important to know. Like, it's literally, so that's like 75 hard that we're going through right now. Like, we're putting ourselves daily in challenges. Then, like, when something real happens, like real,
Mm-hmm.
we can say, hey, you know what? Like, we can handle this. So that's huge. So, yeah.
Number
Challenge
one,
yourself.
check.
Number
Definitely one, we're keeping that one.
Dream big and smile often. I think this one's very important. I think it's interesting that we put dream big and smile often together.
Yeah,
I don't remember why we did that.
I think it just sounded good.
I think it sounded good. I think smiling is important. But dreaming big, that it sounds so cheesy and cliche, but it is so important. People underestimate what they are capable of. They underestimate what they are capable of. So having those big visions, having those big dreams and goals, and believing that you can get there.
Yeah, just not putting a ceiling on yourself, basically,
Yes,
you know?
yes, exactly.
Like, oh, I can never make more than $100,000.
Yeah.
Like, why limit yourself?
You know what I wonder? If it should be dream big and take initiative. So like take initiative towards that dream. Maybe not.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I like that. Then we just make smile often a separate one
Yeah.
because they're only loosely related, but dream big and take initiative makes way more sense.
Yeah,
When you
because you're
take the
taking initiative towards your
those
dreams.
dreams.
Yep. So taking action, taking initiative.
Yeah, right.
And I
fix
think
it.
that's very intentional, using the word initiative and not waiting for somebody to give you the okay,
Yeah.
which is something that I have been very, it's been like a downfall for me, always asking like, hey, is this okay? Like, you know, and I think that's something that I have developed. It's like maybe a self-conscious thing, or maybe because I'm like the youngest child or something like that, or like some inner child thing. But
Yeah, just like asking permission
yeah, you don't
to do
have to
things
ask
when
permission.
really nobody even has the authority to give you permission to
Exactly.
dream big, you know?
Yes.
Just-
Nobody has the authority to tell you what your dreams should be.
Right.
Okay. So that's number 2. I love that. This is why we're having this conversation.
Smile often. Number 3, just smile often.
Yeah, that might go
Life's
with
short.
something else. That
It
might go
might.
with something else. So I don't like
Okay.
it just on its own.
Okay.
Create a unique and fun experience and smile often. So the next one is
That was way
create.
too long.
I know. Create a unique and fun experience. I
don't.
think.
Okay, I like the idea of this one, but I don't know if it's a core value.
Okay. So I think somebody having a good experience, and this can go with family, employees, the business, our clients. I think it is so important to give a good experience and give a top-notch experience, because that's what's going to separate you from everyone else. Like the experience that you give to a client and the experience that I give to a client. So like your unique and fun experience is different than my unique and fun experience. So, right, one of the biggest mistakes that we make is thinking that other people think the way we think. So,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So I think having that unique and fun experience, it's very important to to project that, do it the way that you feel, you know, like bring out yourself in that. So giving them a personal, unique and fun experience. So a personalized, you know, does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, what is it? Create a unique and fun experience.
Yeah. So I think the unique part is really important, because you're bringing your uniqueness to that, and then fun should be fun. you know?
Yeah, it should be fun. I don't know. Do you want to change it to like? I don't know. Never mind.
Well, think
I
about
was gonna
it.
say like high quality, like because that's like
I think
part
that's
of it.
part of the unique.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's unique, it's high quality.
Yeah.
Sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think fun is a word on its own. Like fun, I mean, as common of a word it is, I think it is an important word because there's not enough fun in this world. You know what I
Right.
mean? You need to bring your fun side out. So actually taking that word and running with it and really believing in that and not just saying it is so key and important.
Right. But now I need to backtrack on that just a little bit
Okay.
because talking about like, in terms of training or nutrition coaching,
Yeah.
like, what do we care more about, the experience along the way or the results?
I think both.
I mean, yes, both. But you know, like if we were gonna pick one, I would much rather get somebody results than give them
So go ahead. Finish your
uh,
sentence.
I don't know. It's so tricky.
See, that's why I don't think it's this or that. I
Yeah.
think they go together, and I think when it says fun experience, so maybe it should just be like an experience. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like an experience. But that can also go with challenging yourself. So that's why we have those different core values, right? So
Yeah.
like have a unique and fun experience, challenge yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
It's almost like just for, I don't know, the average person saying like a fun experience, thinking specifically just for us, like starting a strength training program and
Yeah.
like nutrition coaching and like tracking. That might not necessarily be fun to somebody
yes,
right off the bat,
right.
but
It's
the
your
goal is for it to become something that you enjoy,
Yes. Well, here's the thing
so
too.
that you get results.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna like hate it the whole time, that's
Yes.
when you're probably not gonna get results
Yes.
anyway.
So you're looking at that as the client having the unique and fun. It's your job as the coach to create that as a unique and fun experience. No, it's not fun to go kill yourself in some tempo squats and eat all the chicken, but it's your job as a coach to bring that unique and fun and bring the fun, like, you know, doing the squats, joking after the you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
creating that unique and fun experience. And then that right there will create a fun and unique experience for them. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
And then they'll get results, and that's the important.
yes, so you can have fun and get
yes,
results.
That's why we had to talk all the way through it.
Exactly.
Talk all the way through it.
Exactly.
I get it.
Be honest and direct.
I think that one's really straightforward.
Very straightforward, very important because as a coach, it can be very easy to be just like a cheerleader. As a parent, it can, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
You got me all hot and bothered.
I know.
Talking about personal training, cheerleaders versus coaches.
yeah, yeah.
Should I talk about it right now?
And
Save it. Man.
how do you feel about it?
Oh man, it makes me feel all sorts of ways.
Okay, go ahead.
So there's two types of personal trainers in
Yes,
this world.
yes,
There are
getting off-
cheerleaders and there are coaches.
Yes.
All right.
Can you be both?
Can you? Yeah. Honestly,
I feel I am.
You can absolutely be both.
I
right?
think I'm both.
But the problem comes when you're only a cheerleader,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. I think it's selfish.
Yes, it is. It's
very selfish.
selfish in a way. I think it's greedy to only be a cheerleader
Very.
as a personal trainer.
Yes.
Because you're stringing somebody along and not getting them results.
Yes.
Okay, I need to really explain this now.
Yes, you do.
I consider myself way more on the coach side
Correct.
of a personal trainer,
Yes.
right? I will have like the honest and direct conversations. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you if things aren't working out the way you want them to. There's obviously a reason why it's not working. If you're not doing something or doing something, I'll have that honest and direct conversation with you, right? Because at the end of the day, I want you to get results.
Yeah.
That is the goal.
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
Versus a cheerleader just hypes you up, doesn't like critique anything. Like it's all positive energy only.
Yes.
And doesn't want to have the hard conversations, just want to be your hype man.
Right.
Doesn't care about the results. Just cares about, only cares about the fun experience and fun, happiness.
Yeah. Sunshine and rainbows.
But that's not real life.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Like it's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, yeah, you should be both. Like there are some days
Yeah.
maybe that people just need like
So,
a
yeah.
cheerleader versus a coach.
Yes.
But if you're not coaching at all,
Yeah. You should, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think this, because here's what I want to talk about. I think a lot of trainers are just cheerleaders because
yeah, that's why I get so worked up about it.
because they don't have the skill to have a direct conversation.
Yeah.
I was that person. I didn't know how to have a direct conversation with somebody. I was worried that I was going to make my client mad, or I was worried about if they would say, you know what, screw you for saying that to me. I'm out. I'm out the door. You know what I mean? So you're afraid. So that's where it's selfish, though. I was being selfish as a trainer when with thinking that way, right? Because I was thinking about me. I was not thinking about my client. So if you're a trainer listening to this right now, and you're like, well, shit, I'm a little bit more of a cheerleader. That's when you need to start to harness and develop that skill. And you do that one step at a time, one conversation at a time. And you have to check your intent. And that's what I had to start doing for myself is, what is your intent here? Is your intent to actually help people, or is your intent just wanting to make an extra dollar? Because if your intent is just about the money, you will never be a good coach. It's
Yeah.
just it's the cold hard truth. So you have to check your intent and say, hey, am I here to serve people? Am I here to help people? You know, or is it the other? So
Yeah, and then, I mean, I can go a little bit further on that. Like when I'm coaching someone,
yeah,
like that, like my goal is to get results, right?
Right.
Like I'll do the hard work of, you know, like programming and like the nutrition work and just working with you. You get those results, and then once we're there, if you don't want to work together anymore, I'm fine with that. At that point, if you want to keep working together, it's more of a convenience thing for the client
right.
because they don't
Yeah.
want to put their mental energy towards it.
Yeah, that's why
But
I'm
like,
a coach.
yeah, like, but you know, you see what I'm saying? Like, sure, it's our job. We need to make money somehow.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just want to help more people get results.
Right.
And whatever they decide to do after that, whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So the next one is lead by example.
Yeah.
I love this one. I love this core value because it goes with everything, right? Like if you are going to, you know, if you're going to be saying something and coaching to something, you better be doing it yourself too. And that's the same thing with kids. It's the same thing with anybody. Like, and I think we've had this conversation on the podcast before about being like your kids, you know, like if you want your kids to change and start living a healthier lifestyle, you better check yourself and say, hey, are you living that healthy lifestyle? Are you doing the things that you should be doing, right? So it's, again, it's going back to checking that intent. So leading by example is huge.
Yeah, that goes right along with like how I think almost anybody should coach in the first place is
For
coach
sure.
from experience.
Yes.
Like you go put yourself through it and then you're like a solid resource to
Right.
talk on that topic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The next one is build strong relationships.
Yeah, I mean, geez, we were talking about that the first
Yeah.
20 minutes of this thing.
Yeah.
right?
The importance
Like
of,
with your spouse, but also it's important to build those strong relationships with everybody.
yeah,
Right?
everybody around you. There's, you know, it's so funny because,
I mean, and that's something I work on still.
oh
you
yeah.
know? Like it's something that I'll always put work towards.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
relationship development for
yeah,
sure.
because I admittedly have not been good at this
Oh, I'm
most
terrible.
of my life, you know?
Yeah, I was terrible. I didn't know how
Just
to.
like, why do I need more people? Why does it matter?
Yes, exactly.
but
but
it's
that's
so
how
important.
you change the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is how you make a real impact with anything is building relationships, caring about people, loving people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is really, it's such like a heart of everything, I
Mm-hmm.
think. So after that, engage in healthy competition.
Yeah, that's just like,
Do you feel like that's a core value? Or do you feel that that's more something that we should just like encourage?
Yeah, I just think it's good to have a competitive spirit in
Yes.
some regard.
Yeah, competition is super important. I think, you know what, the reason I think it's like in here is because competition has been completely taken out of the world.
Yeah.
You know, I
Like
think
everybody gets a participation trophy.
yeah,
but,
and so
yeah.
that's why we like put it back in there. Like it should have never had to be put in.
Right.
Like it should, like, so
But we're going to keep it there because it's important.
exactly,
Yeah.
because having that competition and bringing life back into competition is so important. It's huge. It's what keeps humanity going,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Somebody's got to be the best.
Yeah, somebody just got to
So
be the best.
why not?
And it's going to be me.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, that's on what their core values. Why not? Like,
Yeah.
like if you're thinking of that yourself, why not have it be you, right?
Yeah.
Fight for that best position.
Yeah. So this next one is foster a united front. This was yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I
Don't
mean, you know
remember.
where I'm going with it, but it was like what we were just talking about before this.
So you think it kind of goes with the other?
What other one?
I don't know. Do you feel it goes with a different
No,
core
I
value?
just think it's just like be a team player.
Yeah.
I guess you can think of it like that.
Yeah. Just work united.
Yeah, like
Even though people have different opinions and ideas, though,
Yeah.
like it's not just like, what do you call that? An echo chamber.
Yeah.
It's like like being united, but also having respect that
Right.
other people have different opinions from you, have different ideas from you, and being able to bring those ideas in and moving forward together. You know.
Yeah, as a
unit.
but you are a unique person, so you should have different opinions,
Yes.
ideas, and everything.
Yes.
So there's a better way to word that. I just don't know.
Okay. I'll have to figure that one out.
Figure that one out. Rework it.
And then we already talked about the work and growth mindset.
Yep.
Empty your cup. We talked about never compromise your character. That's the last one.
Yeah. So that one like kind of goes along with lead by example, but it's more of like when you're faced with adversity, don't
Yeah.
like change who you are just to please someone.
Right.
Like stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
And if it makes somebody mad,
That's okay.
oh well.
Yeah.
Like you there's no reason for you to change who you are just to please somebody else.
Right.
There's
That's so important.
Never any circumstance where you should do that.
Right.
And
exactly.
I think that sometimes society thinks that they'll just bend to
Yeah.
other people's will
Yeah, for sure.
because they're strong-willed, but
Yeah.
I think it's important to be, rigid,
Uh-huh.
your character at least.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's your character, not your ideas,
Right.
Like that's different from having
Yes.
an open
It's
mindset and
almost
learning
like
things.
Your character being set in your values.
Yeah.
Right?
You have your own values.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't let other people make you feel that you need to
Change them.
change them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or feel guilty for having
Yes.
a certain set of values.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, for sure. So I feel like a lot of,
Yeah.
well,
No, I'm just the world right now.
I
I know.
know.
I understand.
yeah, a lot of people don't have values, and it's just, it shows. You show.
The world has been stripped of values, period.
Yes, yeah. So, and I think that's why doing this show was important
Mm-hmm.
to show, like, hey, this and putting these into our life, it takes work. So
Mm-hmm.
what we're gonna do with these is we're gonna, we talk about them daily.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get them printed, put them up on our walls, and just start to live by them. And everything that we do from here on out, the clients that we work with, everything will be with this at the base. It's like it's the house, it's the foundation of the house that we're building. And we're excited for where we're going with this entire business. And you guys, if you're wanting to be a part of it at all, you can even just start at our Facebook group. It's completely free. It's where we have our community. We hop on there live all the time doing deeper education, answering questions for you guys, things like recipes, workouts, that kind of stuff too. So if you want help there, and you want to know what to do directly after this call to get more, or not call, this podcast to get more connected with us, you can go there and just kind of start to join our community. It's
Yeah. What's your Instagram handle?
Aileen.Weber.
Yeah.
That's it. AILEEN.Weber. We'll link it.
Yeah. And then I'm Devin Vitality. No dot.
Devin Vitality.
Devin, DEVIN, Vitality,
Yeah.
the word.
That's it, you guys.
But yeah, that's the wrap. I mean, talked about a lot of stuff in this one.
We did. I don't know if you want to break it up or what you want to do.
No, we're not going to break. That's
We're
jam-packed.
All right, let's do
like
it.
like a super
Yeah.
vitamin
Yes.
drink
Yes.
or something.
All right, you guys, if there was something that you liked about the podcast, post it in a comment below. Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. If there's values that you have that you would love to post, please share it. If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend. And
Until next week.
all right, peace out.